think I got it fixed.
But this person's still saying that she didn't do it. All my feelings are this.
Yes.
I want your information on exactly what the incident was and what took place. If that's not unreasonable,
Yes.
it's ridiculous to think I'm being foolish for trying to have you're supposed to be foolish for nothing.
Let me just say something to this guy. What's his name? Something Gurr? Is that his name? He sounds like
I'll be right back.
So you're a person of color. You seem, I'm just going to call you a snowflake at this point because for you to come and tell me I'm a super Puerto Rican, bro. I grew up in the military in the 80s. You want to talk about racism? I also grew up in wrestling. I ended up suing a company that me and Disco were both at Impact Wrestling for racism. So I'm the last motherfucker you want to come out with this bullshit. At the end of the day, this is exactly what I said, and I'll repeat it again. If you don't like it, that's on you. Go get triggered over something else because this ain't the place. I'm the motherfucker that was. And let me just say, I'm the motherfucker that was going out there, you know, in the 80s, going, "Órale, arriba la raza," and all these white boys all around America were saying the same shit. For all they know, I could have been saying "suck my dick," you know what I'm saying? But I was saying it in Spanish, not in English, because I want to show love to my people. So, anyways, let me just say this. I said it before. If she did it, she has to come out and apologize.
Right. We have never said at any point her doing that was okay. But if she did do it, what was the context of what she did it? Because it's like I just want to know what happened. It's just there's different situations where you have blatant racism, where you're talking with people and they just use the N-word like it's nothing else. In a regular conversation, that guy there. But there's people that use the word in an instant fit of anger, thinking it's dismissive. I've seen that happen too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just want the facts. And like this guy's trying to tell me that I'm being racist for asking.
Here's the other thing, bro. She's marrying a Mexican guy, right? So, but here's the thing, baby.
Was it Ricochet half?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the visual, the story that she used the N-word on the surface of that, she's denying it, and the other will say she did it. I'm going to also put into effect the fact she's getting ready to marry a Latino, and she used to date a man that's half color. Okay, so
at the end of the day,
it's how that is.
Right. But at the end of the day, if she said it, she has to apologize. And it's her butts. Whether she's marrying a guy and the other guy was black and white, that's okay. You know what I mean?
And she's saying she didn't do it. It's like I'm not going to discount that either. That's all we're saying.
I also think it's important to be fair and have both sides of the story. When all the stories out there right now are she's a pain in the ass, she was difficult at WOW when she had some booking power. So that's why last week I asked you guys, had you had bad experiences working with her? Just go work in the ring with her.
100% respectful and 100% professional. So now, I can just go by what I'm talking about. When I hear other people complain about people at a time when that person's achieved like a very high level of success, I take it for what that's worth because I've seen that happen over the course of time. And a lot of times, these exact same situations are coming from people that are jealous. Okay, because I've seen it. I've been in this business for 26 years. I know how this stuff works. You know, so
whatever the case may be, I say it again. If she used that language, especially against Rosa Negra, who I know, and she's Puerto Rican, she needs to apologize.
Alright, so the next one's from Joe Troy. Except this is Dave Meltzer talking shit about Taker versus Mankind. First of all, I just finished listening to last week's show and it was fucking awesome. The main point is garbage rap needs to get together this season. So my question a few days ago on Twitter, Joe Frank, Dave Meltzer said the Mankind versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell match was, quote, a 2-star match because it only did 2 moves. Okay. For real, this man's the biggest dumb fuck going on from all wrestling. I'm not saying that match wasn't insanely dangerous, but the saying shit like that just damaged Meltzer's credibility. Meltzer clearly thinks the more technical moves you will instantly make a good match. I think this is going to go better. Also, with Brian Disco, was it feel backstage every single day after the Hell in a Cell? Were you guys impressed with the Foley went too far? Hey Conan, I didn't mean what I said about the rap music. I hate that part. WCW, all the old guys could believe it. Hogan, all those guys, he thought it was dumb. I thought it was crazy. You know, it's like for visual spectacle. But to say that like 2 moves, that's ridiculous.
Is that exactly?
There's a whole story of that match.
Yeah.
The man basically got thrown off the thing, came back off a stretcher, and like, you know, the match involved a lot of selling. Yeah, because the guys were like, it's like you say it was just the 2 matches ridiculous.
Yeah, even after the second bump through the top of the mat, they were doing the best that they could on the record.
They were selling.
Yeah, Taker bumping into the table.
The fact that didn't have a lot of moves made it a great match. Because if they had a lot of moves, it wouldn't be logical because they gave each other some ridiculous amount of punishment. You know?
Take your
sure. You're going to take the bump, is he not? Who's going to take the tax?
You want to walk?
Part of the story too.
Wait a minute, but it says he didn't give it. It says that he gave it 2 stars, but I just looked up. I wanted to read what he said. It said, so I put Dave Meltzer reviews out on the cells, and so some guy goes, so pretty much, so a match you hated got 4.5 stars. I don't know what match he's referring to, and then he goes, I did.
He did give it 2.5 stars. I remember that. So maybe his opinion has changed over the years. I did see that.
An individual performance of both guys, the superior level match, I still hated it. How could you hate it if you just said it has a good storyline and execution and individual performances? So I went to a movie, the movie was good, the acting was good, but I hated the movie? I mean, I don't understand that. And then it says, it says, I hated Undertaker versus Foley, Hell in a Cell even more, then gave it the same grade. So he didn't give it 2 stars, I think he gave it 4.5, but he hated it? I don't understand.
They compared it to Moxley versus Omega. Remember how crazy that match was? So, I said back then,
what I say?
But he did give it 4.5 stars, and we were trying to figure out what does that mean?
It was a logical thing I never heard.
It means that he said that in his star rating system, technically, and whatever the match,
Because he was trying to say his star rating system was from being given by the punishment attached out of the body experience. It's like if you're rating something that's coming from your vision of what you thought the match was. If you want, like, for example, Ebert gave Gladiator 2 stars, didn't like it. I think everybody else would agree they were 4 stars. So when it kind of more they gave the best picture, right? But Roger Ebert didn't say, I gave it 4 stars, but I didn't like it. No, it's fair. You give it 2 stars. That's how the shit's supposed to work. You know, you rate the matches not because, like, you think the matches are a certain thing. It's the rating. A rating is your approval of what you thought you just saw. No,
yeah, but I'm looking at this, and he actually gives it 1, 2, 3, 4.5 stars.
Yeah, this isn't hated. Yeah, but he hated it, despite the fact that it was a good and entertaining match in his eyes. He means he personally hated it because of the amount of violence and jeopardy that these guys were doing. So, the way I take it.
Well, that's the type of match. What did he want? Did he chain wrestling? This is a Hell in a Cell match. Listen to the name of it.
Yeah. And
it's supposed to be a match. It's Hell in a Cell.
So what he's saying is he had the same feelings about Omega and Moxley as he had with Mankind and Undertaker.
Well, you can't even possibly compare the two because Moxley and Omega did basically a millennial version of a death match.
Yeah.
You know, because they brought out a bunch of mouse. Oh, you want a piece? It's been screwed to art. You know, like, hey, here's like an art piece. You know what it reminds me of? Like, did you see that thing where a person had like what was it? Some type of they just say the story about the banana guy that had like the art was like the piece of banana like wrapped in foil or something like that. That was like the art piece.
Oh, that the one in Miami where they this is great. The guy
just went up and had a banana.
They had taped the banana.
$20,000.
Somebody bought it for a whole bunch of money. It was just a banana taped like with electrical tape, you know, on a canvas. All right, that's supposed to be art. I came up and stole the banana. That's it.
If I'm coming in, if I'm dressing for a street fighter death match, okay, my character, I'm coming out in jeans and boots. I got my fist tape. I got elbow pads on, and you know, just
and you're ready for a street fight.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not spending my day, okay, taking a bunch of mouse tracks and screwing them onto a piece of plywood. You know, so I can use it like that. You know, the psychology starts before the match starts. You know, like people do these stunts today just for the sake of doing the stunts. But then they can say like the visual picture of the stunt people. Like, I'm going off on an old man details of clouds.
Well, he's not even trained yet.
Comment because I did see that Omega Moxley match, but I did see the Undertaker one, and that was one of the greatest things I ever saw.
Yeah.
Next is Brandon McCarty.
Then he just skipped. He said, "Got irritated."
If you have inducted yourself into wrestling, who would you have inducted yourself into wrestling hall?
Hold up.
Like that, bro, seriously, we're playing characters. And it's like, in this PC culture, the character you're playing can't really be as bad as he wants to because they like offend people. Think about that. You know, they're like, the wrestling doesn't have rules for how the heels are supposed to act. When it used to be, you just try to be as detestable a person as
Because one of the things I'll say is, well, they don't want children to hear that. Bro, children.
Hey.
You can't, they're not going to a wrestling show and hearing that for the first time. You know, they're seeing it in movies, on the streets, in school.
But here's the thing. This is the weird thing, too. It's like, you don't have like a guy like Joey Ryan on the show. The fans were still trying to defend that. The guns still exist. Like, the guns are cool with the bionic penis, but they're not cool with, like, another character, you know, like, say, go back to Mexico or something like that. You know, that's you can't do that. You know, it's like, but really, everybody's still, that's a good thing, too. Is you're just trying to portray characters.
One more player.
Alright, enjoy the rest of the show. Boom.
Now it's time once again for the Disco Inferno. Something for the week.
Let's change this up. So much for y'all here. Y'all sorry ass, is it? You bad boy. You bad boy, dude. These are dirty socks, please. You do that. That's big.
UFC, bro, incredible. Did not expect that. I don't think anybody did. He looks great at 170 pounds. He just looked full, confident, precise for being out of the game for so long. And it was kind of
with a brand new technique to use on a guy that people hadn't even seen. It's like, holy shit.
Right. Here's the other thing about, if you remember, because I think you commented on this, Shane had, our boy Shane Helms, had put on Twitter this thing where right before the Aldo fight, you can see him in the dressing room kind of moving side to side and catching Aldo, and then they showed on a video that he actually did it in the ring. Yep. Did you remember that video?
Yep.
So you just see how far ahead he is of everybody else. He was in the dressing room, he kind of already knew, I think it was against Aldo, what Aldo was going to do, and you could almost see step 1, 2, Aldo comes in and he catches him. Then they show him that same movement he did it in the match to Aldo. You know what I'm saying? Like he grabbed, first of all, he threw that first punch. He was trying to knock down Jerome coming in. Remember? He just got his duck. And then he gets a little pissy and sometimes. Yeah. Right? And the funny thing, Cerrone's known for, I think he has the most head knockouts out of anybody in that division. And he knocked him silly with his own kick to the head. He's just incredible. That was incredible. Broke his nose with his shoulder, fucked up his eye. He was dazed, and then he just took it to him, and he took his time. He didn't get overconfident. He was looking at him, he was punching, and so it looks like Masvidal maybe next.
No, so Dana White said. Dana White.
What did Dana White say?
This is a huge mistake Dana White is making.
Right.
Okay. And the post-fight presser, I watched the whole press conference.
Yeah.
You want those touch to that?
And he's just adamant that the fight.
I'm spit you because I
did this.
You're a reach.
He thinks it will do as good as acting out.
You can't do that, buddy.
He thinks it's a huge mega fight. He's going to do 3 million buys and all this blah blah. He's like, we're going to talk about all the reasons. And then I'm thinking like, he even said like, Conor versus Masvidal. It says like Masvidal doesn't have a belt. He's got the BMF belt. It's not like a time.
Who gives a shit? Nobody cares about that. And even Conor said it himself. What?
Conor wants to fight 3 times this year.
Right.
And Dana White is just super selling Tony Ferguson short right now. This is zero step. Like he's talking about, it's like this is, and we're all in on Conor versus Khabib the next fight. Right. It's like, well, you're gonna make Conor sit out from, Conor wants to fight again between now and have to wait till September.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, you're gonna make him sit out. Well, what if Ferguson beats him?
Right.
It's like, what are you, crazy? I don't know.
Not only that, bro, even he said in one of the interviews I saw, he said, he goes, I'm not where I want to be yet. So he understands he needs to make a couple more fights.
Here's the funniest thing, too. Is that even though it's 170, right? Conor's moving up weight class. You're thinking a lot of these guys could probably whip the shit out of him, because they're bigger guys and they're going to come in bigger and stuff, like Masvidal. But bro, when they shoot on Conor and he's in the ring calling those guys out, bro, Masvidal and Usman look like marks compared to Conor. Conor is like the king. It's like he's calling the shots in any division he's fighting. Right. So it's like they're just watching those guys. When Conor does that and he's in the ring talking, it's like when I'm listening to him, I'm like, I think he can beat all those guys.
Here's the thing, bro, which I was like, what? Masvidal being Cuban, being from Miami, we know where he comes from, a legitimate street fight background, and we've seen what he's done to everybody. I just thought it looked kind of markish, him sitting there with a belt.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like he's got brothers
like a fan.
it's like you guys are waiting to try to ride Conor's coattails. you guys look like. What was I gonna say?
And Masvidal, this is what I like. I like when there's real contention between fighters. He said, Conor is where the money's at. He goes, I'll fight Usman later because I don't like him.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't think Khabib
I'm a Patriot champion.
draw as well as Conor and Masvidal do?
No, Khabib and Conor draw way better than Masvidal.
I think it would, yeah.
Yes, sir.
So you just don't
I
think...
just think that is the fight that makes. I just think, of course it would draw more, but I just think that there's issues there. You know, he wants it. He got beat. And he wants revenge, and then the bus incident. There's more. There's so much more in the Khabib and Conor narrative. I'm just afraid, in my mind, I'm thinking the promoter, why would you just throw him to the deepest end right now? Just wait a couple more fights and then build it up and let him get ready. I don't think Conor beats Khabib right now. I still don't.
When is like the big fight week and stuff? It's like their WrestleMania. What is that, July? In Vegas?
Not really.
Yeah. So
Which one now?
when they do the UFC fight
The
week.
UFC weekend thing, I don't know when that is.
Yeah, it's July.
So why not, set up a big fight? If Conor wants to fight tomorrow, you did talk about how he was going to be ready again in March. So
He said he's fresh right now.
Yeah, he could fight.
He didn't break a sweat. He just want to fucking get
And
before the
I was watching later on.
He didn't make himself that fight.
I was watching.
Not a mark on.
I was looking at ESPN that night, and they had like Chael Sonnen and Bisping, right? And Bisping was saying, bro, when you go in and you had a training camp and you beat somebody real quick, you want to take advantage of that time that you trained and you want to fight again, right? Nothing happened to him.
And it's like Cowboy. I think Cowboy's throwing a fight. Like, knocked the guy out. Like, so it was like fight 3 weeks later or something like that. Like, they got to fight all the time. Like, Conor knows that he's got another shot here to make a bunch of big money real fast. You know? And this year he can make a lot.
So I think it matters to his legacy too, bro. He wants to avenge that loss.
So he wants to fight You didn't see that? They've agreed to fight. Like, they're
I'd rather see him in the octagon. I think we've seen it. Mayweather was fine. It was entertaining. It was a spectacle. But I don't think this is wrong.
The thing about Pacquiao is Pacquiao's a lot like that. He ain't gonna be tough involved in the fight like Mayweather was. So that might be tough to wake up. I just can't see, as good as Conor is, that he has the best hands in the UFC and he knows how to set traps and knows how to push forward. Bro, you're going against one of the greatest boxers of all time. That's the sports. Enjoy the rest of the show. Boom. Hey. So that might be a way better. So
good opportunity.
I'm gonna murder you, motherfucker. I'm gonna rip you apart. Fuck you.
yo, you guys ready for the world infamous disco list?
Oh, yes. Back to the disco list.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right. Let's start off with the Canadian contingency. I'm still kind of mad that you took Cyrus off, but Lance Storm.
He's on. How many hours? Let's put Cyrus back on.
I like that. All right. Cyrus is back
Well,
up.
Impact's coming. When are you guys coming to Vegas?
February 7th, 8th, and 9th.
They didn't call me to do anything for it.
Well,
I thought it would be a good opportunity to introduce Disco's Pit, a new talk segment. Would people be hot if I had a segment called Disco's Pit?
Yeah. And the first guest should be Lord Cyrus.
Right?
Lance Storm.
He's on this.
Are you happy that he closed down his wrestling school?
For the business end,
Yeah. Paul security to the stars hasn't been. Yeah.
Are any of these whiny SJW wrestlers that complain on Twitter, are they even coming out of Lance Storm school?
Huh, that's interesting. I think
I want to find out. I want to find out who is training this culture of whiny, white wrestlers offended, the bullies, I want to know who's training this.
Chelsea Green is a Storm Wrestling Academy graduate.
Oh, boy.
And she's a athlete.
She's a social justice warrior.
She's an offender.
Yeah, she's an offender. Who else? Anybody else? How about Alice? Who's this girl? Who's the one that people throw shade on the fashion?
She doesn't sound like a snowflake to me. Sienna? Something. What's her name? Alex and
She
Kay.
was trained by Bill Martell.
Who's that?
Who?
Who?
It says here Bill Martell is best known for his time in Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Oh, God.
Alright.
So what
Paul Security to the Stars Lazenby, also author of that book about bouncers.
Is he going to be Jericho's third dude on the Jericho Cruise again?
I don't know, but I would assume so.
Oh, wait a minute. So the Impact, like, they did nothing with Impact. The Cyrus, they're on the cruise, right?
No.
That's all AEW now, right?
Now, did you pop that Brandy Rose lost her passport?
Huge. Super. Well, you popped, didn't you? Well, I mean, you popped me something, I retweeted that, right?
Yeah, right. You didn't say anything, you just retweeted it. Like, you, right, you don't have to say shit. Right.
I don't have to comment on that.
That's tremendous. That is,
A legend. Under passport.
Right. Scott Tuggles Guillemore.
Because I would not be surprised
Right.
if they go home and find out that the person that stole the passport broke into their house and placed it back in her dresser drawer.
Yeah.
Or placed it back on her kitchen counter.
That makes me laugh. Remember that guy that I always tell you about, Stephen Wright?
Yeah.
That he always used to say this joke that he left his house. His house was burglarized, but when he came back, they put everything back where it was. You know, it's like. All right. Chris, I live in a gigantic mansion. I need a forklift to move my fish tank, Jericho.
And it takes private planes to the Jericho.
Yes. He's got mega heat with you, right? He never really apologized.
Double down.
Yeah.
Anytime his dad did cut promos on me, and they claimed that he had nothing to do with it, you know?
All around, we need to get this guy in for the All-Star game. But all around nice guy, the babyface assassin for the New York Rangers, Hall of Fame, K100 Hall of Fame, Chris Jericho's dad, Ted Irvine.
I'm going to start the process this year of getting him impeached from the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
See if I can get enough votes to put him up on trial for the movie.
Rebecca Evers, which is Lance Storm's daughter, she hasn't really thrown shade at you in a long time. Should we take her off, or you just want to keep her on?
No, she's throwing shade. You can't just use time is not a race.
Right. It's a transgression.
And she never even
There is no big Joe, just like you know. There is no
She tweeted out. I hashtagged something like that. Hashtag me too at one point. For something because they that people that used the hashtag me too that wasn't concerning the hashtag me too movement, and Rebecca Evers got offended, and she tweeted something like, "I might be like something like am I the worst person or the biggest asshole like ever?" Like it was just like because I tweeted an obvious joke. I get heat from Lance Storm's daughter that tweeted things about
she stays on the list, and there is no statute of limitations on your feelings being.
She apologized.
The North Kakalaki contingency. Matt Hardy. This one might have a little bit of heat with me too. Matt Hardy, Jeff, Maxell, Wolfgang. Now I know the unborn baby's name's kid, Bartholomew. Okay. Rabbi,
Hardy,
Sergio Benjamin, and Shane Helms.
No, all those rednecks are on the list. Let's talk about
Even Bartholomew?
Yeah. Did
And
you see?
Wolfgang. Wait a minute, Wolfgang too.
Do you see these videos that Hardy's doing, the free to delete thing he's been doing?
Yeah.
You see these, Joe?
Yeah, well, it's the word is his contract is going to expire in February. Not too far from now, so he's trying to get that buzz going again.
Let me tell you why I'm disturbed about these videos. I watched a couple of these videos. Okay, Maxim's hair is what they're allowing Maxim to walk around with that hairstyle. That's child abuse.
That's got heat with you.
And social services should go to his house right now and make him cut that kid's hair, because that Maxim's hair is a disgrace.
Is that the kid that beat you in Vegas
Yes,
when he was like 2 months old or something?
something like that.
Yeah.
He might have been 1 year old, but
He might have been one, Joe, not 2 months.
Yeah.
he looks like it's atrocious. Have you seen his hair?
No.
It's like he's got long hair.
Well, he's got a rat tail, a blonde rat tail that goes down like to the middle of his back.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Now, what's he doing in these videos? Like making a cryptic thing that he's leaving or what?
I guess, and putting clues and stuff. You just gotta watch it.
Right.
How's it go, Joe?
It's just like the old content they did with Borash.
Right.
They did.
And he did a lot of videos like that when he was with Ring of Honor too. Not necessarily the broken stuff, but he did a lot of creative stuff about how the fans were bullying him and everything.
But he horrified the fans when they saw Max's hair. I
Okay, but my main question is, so in these videos, is he kind of making cryptic messages that he's leaving, or is he just putting out just little entertaining videos about the...
He's not saying that. He's trying to insinuate he's not saying that.
All right.
Well, I think the best, and I think what people are hoping for is that if he is able, if he leaves and doesn't re-sign and he's out there, well, first, I'm sure they want to see another Matt Hardy, Disco Inferno confrontation at FSW. But other than that, I think people are going to see him be the Dark Order leader in AEW. You know? And they hinted at that a little bit on the AEW show. By the way the guy was talking in his lingo, he used something like what's one of the things Matt used to say all the time? There really is.
So Matt Hardy's the exalted one?
He may be the exalted one. Yeah, if they're able to sign him.
Okay.
Yeah, that group needs a lot of help.
Oh yeah, the exalted one is something like.
Okay. Who said on this show that Matt Hardy going to the WWE would not do anything because Vince McMahon had no clue how to book that character?
Conan?
No, I said that.
Oh.
Now he's like finishing. They've never really gotten any legs to WWE. It's a shame.
Well, it's incredible how, and this is the thing that I think gets us all. It's like, how do you get something that was so hot as Jeff and Matt, and you just turned them stone cold? I mean, nothing. They mean nothing. They went in as hot as you can get. They got a humongous pop. All you had to do is just grab that and go with it. That's why when I got that, I think I said this last week, at the end of the year, I started to catch up on all the shows, AEW, MLW, Power, whatever. I actually liked everything except SmackDown and Raw, you know.
I like everything pretty much except SmackDown, Raw,
fingernails and purple toenails.
NXT.
Oh, they were all honest.
I don't like
no matter what color,
Right.
color or just no fingernail
yes,
polish on the
I
toes
don't
and fingers,
Right.
nail polish, but it's going to remain on the list.
Yeah,
Okay.
power all week.
What is the moniker that Mark
WWE
Madden likes to go by?
Stereo.
Something Genius, the
Simply
Genius?
Wrestling. Always.
Super Genius?
It's Super Genius.
Shit that I
Super
look
Genius Mark Madden.
He's on the list still.
And
He's
he,
on full with Pittsburgh fans. All this on the list. I've been squashing him every week on that. He's been kind of like a snowflake lately, like a social justice warrior trying to get the go. And I've called him out on it. And like,
give me an example.
Watch the show, like Disco was spot on, Disco was right, but Vince gets mad. I gotta admit that use the F word again on the show. Well, he was trying to say that like he thought it was so horrible that AAA made that joke about Paige.
Why?
Because this is Vince's thing now. He tweets it like uses capital letters like he's yelling at you. He like
Right.
tweet.
Right.
But he's basically
He tweeted something out about that?
Because it was Triple H.
Right.
He ignored everything he'd been saying about the snowflakes and everything and all that. So he was being a snowflake about Triple H's comments.
Right.
Like being the exact same way.
What did he say?
Did Triple H say?
Oh no, what did Vince say? I know what Triple H
Oh,
said.
he said no GM should ever treat their employees like that, disrespect the who talks like that about their plan. Like this, it was just an offhand, very brief joke.
Right. Did you see the video?
Like, you know,
and actually, he laughed because it broke up the tension in the room. He was, hey, maybe I need to get you guys some coffee. What if he would have said it about a man? Would you have gotten that then?
Here's the thing. If he would have said it in any other setting,
right,
except the media scrum, where all the people in the media turned around and like they aired it,
right,
so people that wouldn't be offended would never have gotten to hear it, and would have, because the people in the room weren't offended when they heard it because they kind of giggled.
Right.
You know, so it's like, you know, so it's like, but now here's the thing too. This is what it's like this, like when we're talking about comedy, right? Like the death of comedy, right? It's like it used to be when you went to a comedy show, you kind of knew you were there, and you know, like you were there to get offended, right? And if you're in a group of guys or a group of people, there might be a guy that makes us a joke, and again, the conversation happens every day. Groups of people, conversation, right? But this day and age, it's like if you didn't like the comedian, or if you didn't like the person, you just wouldn't go to the show, and you wouldn't listen. Okay, now it's like because of social media, people that don't listen to the comedians, okay, can hear what they say, and they can get offended for stuff that people are telling them that they said that they never heard because they didn't listen in the first place.
Right.
And those people are out there complaining on Twitter every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, it's like, shut up. It's like, these are jokes. This is not a big deal.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Yeah, we talked about this ad nauseum, but here's my question about Vince. So when you tell him, hey, Vince, it's just a joke, chill out, what's Vince saying?
He tries to argue. I don't know. I think I catch him. I make him realize he's wrong, and he tries to figure his way out.
Right. All right. So the conspiracy horsemen.
Did you see? This is great. So they had that imbecile Russian vids on their show, right?
Right. And
Russian vids went on Twitter after being on their show and buried the Papadon guy. Like,
that's tremendous.
So one of the guests on their show went on their show, and he repaid them by going on the show by burying the guys on the show after he got the thing done. Now that guy's trying to get him to come back on the show because he wants to get his back at him for burying him.
That's tremendous.
I should get what you asked for. They brought a guy that's a legitimate imbecile on their show. You know, and then
I actually, you know what? I did see that. And wait a minute. So with the guy that's like, he's got like a New York accent because I played with him a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I saw he was hot at Russian vids. And actually, I think I put I put the little pop emoji. You know, and the way I popped because Russian vids went on there and buried him, which I thought was hilarious. Russian vids.
No, he's on the list. He's an idiot.
Right.
Like, he's such a moron that you know. He still wants to come on this show. Like he's going to spread his genius to the masses.
Pat Simon Diamond.
Still on the list. He's an idiot.
Okay. The Reverse Battle Royal, which was voted the worst work match of 2006 by the Observer, and the term Watts approved.
On the list.
All right. Because you don't think you ever met Watts, right?
Yeah. No, you know what's kind of sucks is, what is it, January 20th? When do pitchers and catchers start?
I don't know.
A few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks.
He's gonna be an obnoxious Yankee fan on Twitter this year.
Right.
Yeah. Like it's
Marcus Everett.
The kid went splat.
Yeah.
It's still the only legitimate splat we've had, but yes.
Right. And except for the guy that fell off the crane, but.
Ooh, jeez.
But people keep sending us. It's like, bro, you can't bounce off. You can't hit something before. Can't come from a low thing.
Idiot. Did you see the kid that fell off the ship?
No, I didn't see that.
It was like a cruise ship, and it showed some kid.
Right.
And he fell. He was like fell off the ship, and he landed on the ground.
Right.
And it was a splat.
Right.
But he landed so hard he bounced.
Right. Yeah.
So the bounce nullified the splat.
Right.
So that's not a splat. That's a bounce.
Right.
It's a double sound.
Right.
Okay.
So the thing that we have to take in contact is height. Okay. It's got to be very high. Sound upon impact, which is the splat. Okay. So, and those things have to be taken into account, and they're not. Creative Control, JoJo, the Creative Control Network, Pro Wrestling T-Store, his room, and being co-host of The Raven Show.
You're okay.
They're all on the list.
Right. Shark Boy.
It's on the list.
Is there more heat on him because his son was homecoming king and was wearing a Pac-Man jacket with a matching tie?
More.
Let me see. Raven and his stand-up comedy.
Okay. Joe thinks it's funny, but
Very
it's not.
funny.
It's on the list.
I saw his debut stand-up
Damn.
performance 10 years ago at this point.
He
It was,
plays
you know,
the-
nothing but positive reactions from that crowd. Huge round of applause.
Boy, that's 10 years.
Conan
See
saw
the one on the
Raven
cruise?
on the
No.
Jericho cruise. He's a little different version of crowd reaction. Conan,
Yeah.
what was the crowd reaction for Raven's comedy on the Jericho cruise?
Okay, this is exactly what happened. There was some stuff that he said that was funny. He was actually reading it off a clipboard, okay, which made that funny. He handed out like kazoos or something if people didn't like a joke, and then when he would get kazooed, he'd get hot, you know, which I thought legitimately hot, which I thought was hilarious. All right. Then of course, within the funny things that he said, there were some really brutal ones. Okay. Now me and Cyrus were sitting on top because the little person, Brad Williams, was fucking hilarious. He told me,
Funnier than Raven?
he's hilarious, bro. He's a professional comedian. We should have him on the show. That's the guy I told you that I thought was Hornswoggle at a show. I thought Hornswoggle was him. I was going, oh, I thought you were funny, and you know, and Hornswoggle was looking at me like, yeah, man, that was great seeing you, and you know, blah blah blah. All of a sudden, I see him in the locker room getting changed, and I'm like, why is Brad Williams getting changed? Is he gonna wrestle? And he puts on the pads, and it was Hornswoggle. But anyways, so he said, hey, Raven's already nervous. You know, he doesn't want you guys. You know, the worst thing you can do to a guy that's just starting out is heckle him. You know, so I was like, fuck. So we went upstairs so he wouldn't see us. And there's all these guys that were sitting in front of us. And during the show, the guy goes, I love you, Raven, but I can't take this anymore. Go fuck yourself. Something like that. They got up and they all left. You know. Anyways, Joy DeFalco.
That little punk's on the list.
That's
Have you had any recent more recent interactions with him, Dia? We haven't heard too much about him lately.
I don't know, they haven't been done that for something lately, so.
The Burning Man.
Yeah, let's see.
He's the guy that went to the Burning Man concert
No,
and took flack out fentanyl and bath salts and then thought he was the actual Burning Man and then jumped into the fire and burned to death.
Right, that guy.
What a jackass.
Well, he's on the list.
Jay George.
Does we have anything with him this week?
No, the last thing was when he and Felicia sent that video in a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Is he on the list?
Of course he is.
Yeah. Mitch Valentine.
so full of shit.
He's on the list. Did he send anything in?
No, but I'd like to
No,
say these
there
guys
ain't
should
nothing
start
to
getting
talk
back
about
on that
anymore.
because with WrestleMania approaching, you never know. We could have Disco Mania in Florida there and have a, you know, I'm sure someone would want to
To
book
talk about.
We should have a show in a
So I can
palatial
go.
state of Jericho's backyard and do a backyard wrestling show there. In the backyard of Jericho's house.
I'll come out every time.
With Jay George, Mitch Valentine, Superhuman, and Shark Boy. Mike Beltran's mustache, the rep from UFC.
He's on the list.
Is he still in UFC? I didn't see him on the show.
Yeah, they had a big story on him on ESPN. It's ridiculous. He's fake news.
All right. Kevin Clyde rocks Triple A. And Errol Lucha.
Well, wait a second. Why is Errol Lucha doesn't this?
I think he just said it to piss you off.
Yeah, it's
And he missed a lot of shows.
It pissed me off as always. Yeah, for sure.
Ryan Satin and his girlfriend Erica Steiner.
She got kicked off Twitter for a day or something.
Yeah, well,
What'd she do?
Ryan got her suspended.
What happened?
That was a joke, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was a joke, but he reported her for messing with him, and then they actually suspended her for like harassment or whatever, you know. So
that's funny. That's funny, but it doesn't get them on the list.
Yeah. Again, and we haven't really heard much from Ryan on anymore. Like he doesn't seem to be attacking people anymore. I think he saw that backfired.
yeah,
We
plus,
get Fox.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
got the WWE or Fox.
No, but he had kind of stopped before then. You know what I'm saying? Because we weren't really bringing anything up to bury him about. Independent, New Japan, Mexican, and women's wrestling.
On all those are on the list.
Seth Rollins' rib.
Still on the list, but not
WWE Creative.
still on the list. Ratings still on.
next part.
Hi there, this is Bryony from Alan's Rome Productions. I was told you might be interested in participating in our online TV streaming live entertainment experience Arena War at the Maze Bank Arena. We're looking for high net worth individuals to buy workshops overlooking the action and participate in our live shows. If you like big vehicles, explosions, bright lights, meaningless fame, and all-out competition, Arena War might be the thing for you. Find us online and join the fun. I'm paid to say that.
A text report. So I don't have the audio or anything, but he was buried you on commentary for Game Changer Wrestling. He said something about they would let DI mop the floors in the arena, but the show has some real talent instead, or something like that. It's just what someone sent me, so it's still going on. He's still taking shots.
Oh, he threw shade at me on Twitter on the show when
he was commentating for GCW. Yeah, unsolicited insults.
I'll get the Illumination to condemn that. If the Illumination's listening to this, condemn Kevin Gill's comments on a GCW show about me mopping the floors.
The Meltzer rating system.
That's with the stars and everything?
Yeah.
Almost.
All right. So, where can we find you? What do you got going on? What do you want to plug? Boo.
At the Real Disco on Twitter, at Disco Master GG on Snapchat and Instagram. You can catch me on the Russo brand. I do a show with Vince called Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Disco. You call it the LGBTQ show, but it's the LTBD show.
Right.
And that drops on Friday on the Russo brand on the network. You can also catch me at FSW Vegas on Twitter and Facebook. Future Stars of Wrestling. I wrestle for them sometimes. I train there sometimes. You can also catch me at Sapphire Gentlemen's Club. This is the world's largest Gentlemen's Club. You dial 702-303-3430. Mention my name. We'll get you free limo. Get you in for free. Get you free ride and get you free drinks. It saves about $90 per person.
You got one now in Times Square?
Yeah, we got one in Times Square too. It's at Broadway. And,
but that's where most of our listeners are in New York.
Yeah, let me see if you can remember here to call too. You can call for guest lists if you call 212-796-6916. Basically, they'll set you up a free entry.
Right. And just real quick, bro, if you go over to Sapphire's or you see Disco anywhere, you don't just run up on him and start chopping it up. There's a protocol, and it goes a little something like this. You hit him up with a compliment, another compliment, then you can ask a question. You can talk to them 1 to 3 minutes if you put them over. Additional time if you're not annoying and you tell them you've got it like that. At no time will there be any direct eye contact. A $20 handshake gets you an autographed picture another round. If you are drunk and or obnoxious or don't put them over, you will hear this.
Hey, you want to go from the front door to back reception.
At which point you can tell them, you go, girl, because they're kicking you out or you're getting 86th, which is permanent removal. Yo, Joe, good news.
What you got?
Hugs are back on the table, especially for cute transgenders, all right? And this right here, the hand job of the week, and this is basically for gentlemen callers. Right now, because of the weather, there is no topless menu, but there still is a secret menu. I know you like healthy shit, and I know you like to watch your figure, and kind of like is supporting our sponsors. Okay, the hand job of the week this week is a Real Good Foods cheese enchilada. All right, you can witness this in 3D or virtual reality. And I know you were asking about this, Joe, but unfortunately the 3D glasses or VR goggles are not included. This is from 3 to 5 a.m. in the morning. It's a limited offer. Boom. What do you got, Joe?
That's a disgusting thing.
Well, every Monday on MLW Radio you can hear me on The Raven Effect, and also, unbelievably, on What's Your Favorite with Jamie Irwin on the Creative Control Network. You can hear me on that show this week as well, going through his list of questions for my least favorite things. It's Husey Low, has Mersh on this week.
Bro, how many shows have you done?
I've done quite a lot of shows. I just remember those guys that emailed and wanted us on, and they said they talk mostly about nerd culture and stuff like that.
Right.
I just did their show. So
right.
That's another one. And then I did, the week before, I did Shooting the Shiznit one more time with Brian Trammell. So I am all over the place this week. It's Husey Hello has Mersh on there. Mersh from the very successful YouTube show Revenge of the Sis, which you may have actually heard of him recently because he had a contentious interview with Teddy Hart on there. Video interview.
No.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, I'll send it to you. It's pretty interesting. But he's pretty popular. Got a successful YouTube show. You know.
Mark.
I mean, it's like a.
Who is?
Do you have any experience in the wrestling business? Yes or no?
No, but it's like a right-wing comedy show. So Not too much, but he had Teddy on there because he was talking shit to him online, I guess, and Teddy got wind of it. So that's who's on the show this week. Much like, as I was telling DI, Vampiro apparently got wind of Husey talking shit about him, and now he's going to be on It's Husey Hello, so they can. He wants to confront Husey about what he said about him. So that should be.
What did he say about him?
He had Sean Oliver on from Kayfabe Commentaries, and he asked Sean Oliver about his interview with Vampiro and Vampiro's reputation for exaggeration, let's say, or just making up stories. And, I guess it was the way he phrased it that Vampiro didn't really like. So now those two he's going to have Vampiro on the show. Hopefully it's very contentious and there's a lot of arguing, because that'll be good for me. Creative Control Daily, I did have Derek D. Benedetto on, as I talked about last week. Video game designer. Just designed the game Mafia Capo Payback from Grey Dog Software. I happen to have 3 free codes for this game. So the first people that hear this and want to try the game out, it's like a Mafia strategy game. Shoot me an email, creativecontrolJFF@gmail.com. First 3, first come, first serve. You think I'm going to get a lot of requests for that code?
No, probably one guy.
Highway Helms, with the great Hurricane Shane Helms, this past week talked about the passing of Rocky Johnson, little NFL, little UFC, and the new Morbius trailer with Jared Leto. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's another comic book flick coming out. They're giving Jared Leto another chance to ruin the franchise. The Mike Durbin Show, Vince Russo.
Wait a minute, you think he ruined the Joker?
I think it was terrible, yeah.
I liked it.
You liked him as the Joker? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Mike Durbin Show, one more time this week, has Vince Russo Part 2, as they discuss his autobiography, Forgiven. And then next week will be the Disco Inferno episode with Mike Durbin. So, big numbers coming to Creative Control Network. Thank you once again, D.I. And,
how would you rate that interview, D.I.?
Well, you can tell he's prepared, because I guess he actually wrote down a bunch of questions and read all the questions he wanted to ask.
Right.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for that for a long time, so I'm sure
he might get blocked here today. Hey, you know what I do? When that drops, I might block him, because he just made a nasty comment. Response to your tweet, Joe. Did you see this?
Yes.
Did you see what he wrote? What Mike Durbin wrote?
Yeah, and he said his shitty email is still better than hearing Keeping It 100 talk about college football for 35 minutes.
Should I block him?
1,000%.
I might block him. I'll block
so
him.
he can ask you to block him in Spanish.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to wait till the show drops, and then I might block him. So he'll try to promote the show, but then realize they'll go, hey, why'd he blocked you?
That's about it. What a Rush with Road Warrior Animal will also return this week. Other than that, you can check out my Pro Wrestling Tees store, prowrestlingtees.com/CC with Joe Feeney. Check out all the Creative Control Network shows on Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify, and more. And check out the Creative Control Network on Twitter at the CC Network 1.
How about that other show with the Irish guy? That is the DJ.
DJs.
Who's his guest this week, so I can say who, because I know we're not going to know who he is.
From the bedroom to the booth with Aaron Davis. Very successful in the top 25 shows for iTunes music podcasts in the country of Ireland. So way up there in the top 25. Their episode 10, which came out on Friday, was Cool FM DJ Connor Coates. He was going to discuss his views on the DJ scene over there, as well as his work with BBC Radio 1. I'm sure this is all killer for people in Europe. I mean, I don't know who that is either, but I'm sure
it isn't.
And I think they have a part 2 with Connor coming out as a bonus episode early this week.
With DJ Connor, all right, don't miss that.
Yeah. And, check out the Creative Control Network on Twitter at the CC Network 1. And that's about it.
All right, Joe. You can check me out on Twitter or Facebook, KONNAN5150. You can check me out on BN Sports on Saturdays with MLW, on Tuesdays on Access TV with Impact. We have a show this Friday from the Pepsi Center, our first show of the year, AAA, on Twitch.com. That's on Saturday with Psycho, Clown, LA Park, Pentagon, Phoenix, Rush, Nino Hamburguesa. It's going to be packed show. And let me see anything else that I have to promote here. We're going to be in Philadelphia with MLW February 1st, and Yep, that's about it, man. I want to thank everybody that's been checking out the show, spreading the word to friend or foe. Don't forget to check out our Patreon site at Conan.me. That's where you get all the extra audio and video that didn't fit on the show, and just a whole bunch of cool shit, like meeting us when we're like me and Joe in Philadelphia in February. Also, we have roundtables, we have call-ins. What else, Joe?
Like I said earlier in the show, 3 years worth of Patreon content. If you sign up today, you can access everything from all the way back in 2017 on, audio, video, pictures, live videos from even the Jericho cruise, and the full live videos from Expo Lucha in Las Vegas. We did a live podcast there, live podcast at StarCast. That's on there. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. Right. And we'll get some more when I'm in Philly, when we'll go to Philly in a couple weeks.
Right. And then any of the sponsors on our shows, that's what keeps us on the air. Please try out their products. I want to thank D.I., want to thank Joe, want to thank the listeners for listening to Keeping It 100. Boom!
Please help support Keeping It 100 with Conan at the Patreon site, patreon.com/Conan, and Conan.me, where you can find exclusive audio clips, full unedited segments, weekly video, listener roundtables, match watch-alongs, live content from shows I attend, and so much more. Please subscribe on your podcast provider and leave a rating and a review. And you can check out t-shirt stores for Conan, Disco Inferno, Master Republic, and myself at ProWrestlingTees.com. If you'd like to send in a question or a song for the UC seal of approval, please send them in to k100questions@gmail.com. The official Keeping It 100 with Conan Facebook is at facebook.com/K100Conan, where I'm constantly posting audio clips from the show, YouTube videos, event posters, putting up polls for the show, and so much more. And finally, you can check out the highly successful official Keeping It 100 YouTube channel at Keeping It 100 Official, made by Husey, and which just passed over 1 million views. There's always a plethora of conversation going on over there, and some exclusive content as well. Thank you very much for listening, and check us out every Thursday here on MLW Radio. For the Easter egg this week, Conan has selected a promo from Madison Square Garden in 1958, where Vince McMahon's favorite wrestler growing up, Jerry Graham, and one of Conan's favorites growing up, Eddie Graham, faced Antonio Rocca and Miguel Perez. This is a short promo, but today would probably get major heat for racial overtone.
Let me tell you one thing. Eddie and Jerry are going to wrestle for the world's heavyweight tag team championship, right, Jerry? That's right, against Rocco and Perez. Now, wait a minute, Jerry. Let Eddie have a few words. Eddie, does this match phase you guys at all? Do you think that you can handle Rocco and Perez? Well, at the risk of repeating myself, I'll say again, we prepared for this thing for a long time. And like I said the other week, Puerto Rico and these places, they've never had the competition to produce world-beating athletes. They have never sent competitors to the Olympics, and they don't have the competition to produce really tough wrestlers. If you ever get finished with them, why, they can put them in a cattle car and send them back to Mexico or someplace. That's all we think about them. When you get finished with them, you figure on having that belt. That's right. We will be the International Tag Team Champions as soon as that match comes off. And it's going to be the greatest match ever. Okay, Jerry. Wait a minute. Now, one thing here I want to show you. Oh, yeah, wait. The headlines have already been printed up by the New York Times. And I wish they'd get a close-up on this. They are already printed. And this is going to be the Sunday morning sports edition. This is the Sunday paper. There it is, folks. So take a look at it.
The McDouble is here to add some sizzle to your day. And now, you can enjoy it with McDonald's 4-for-4 deal. Choose between a cheesy McDouble or a delightfully crispy McChicken. Then add 4-piece chicken McNuggets, a small order of crispy fries, and a refreshing medium-sized soft drinks like an ice cold Coke for just $4. Now that's a tasty deal. Swing by and add some sizzle to your day with McDonald's 4-for-4. Price of participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or compliment.
This is named Jit.
Fucking no-down asshole! Hell, kids! Had enough of you!
I know you.
Why don't you go on back to your pussy daddy?
See, he goes up because of that smoking.
Fuck you!
Oh, fuck.
I need me some cover!
Oh, fuck. He was right in front of my face.
I have something better than that. I have something better than that. I can call it in. Where's it? It's gonna be here in a second. Over here, boys. No, guys, come over here. Come over here. You guys, come here.
I'm home right now to watch my ride. I think you're going water. Got a surfboard on it.
Yeah, mine's full of water too.
Yeah, I got my surfboard and everything.
I need to be sure.
Yeah, that can drive on water. Alright, yo, watch me, y'all see me right here?
Where you at?
Boy, look at me, bro. My thing is on water, bro. Look at mine. I'm so I'm stuck here, bro. What the fuck? I'm swimming to y'all. I gotta swim to y'all.
No, stop shooting it.
Kill your bees. There's cops everywhere around us right now. I see them all. Check them out.
Oh, I see you. Oh, wait. Are you stuck here? I'm good now. I'm just gonna back up.
I'm about to ride this thing like a Titanic. I'm about to ride it like a Titanic right now.
Why? Okay, this thing gets easily stuck on anything that it runs into.
Move out, boy. Let's go. Full speed.
Dude, just get in the passenger seat, bro. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god, let me just do this. I'll get this over with.
How you gonna get out of here, though? Why?
There's a dog right over there. There's a helicopter,
We gotta kill that guy, guy. Playing all that gas shit, dude. How much you wanna bet? How much you wanna bet if the fucking girl was how much gas is going on and everything?
Oh, I'm gonna get my savage.
You know. I mean, they don't purpose it. It's funny to me. Oh, it's psycho. They could have fed you. You know what? Feelings for me. You gonna fuck around. Told me to piss off me. So, oh, wait.
Wait, where is he?
He's right near the fucking water fountain. The person. Right here. Right here.
Okay, ready? We're gonna go in my garage, alright? I got like 3 garages full of shit, bro.
No, I'm not interested. I'm interested.
Yeah, but you have a trash bin and how much is the usual bag? So it's full of fire. Look at the usual. Exactly. Bro, Juice WRLD is Juice WRLD's a legend, alright? Not exactly.
I guess you can't. I guess it's maxed out 4. There's 4 people to do a heist. You know it's weird. You can't do the prison bake. Oh, never mind. I know why. What? I want another one like that. Like that's way. I know. This that split. That split.
What are you doing? Trying to do to that car.
Goes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is your mama.
Yo, what the fuck is that?
Why do people don't stop freaking waiting for us?
You know you shot me.
They know they're trying to get them. I swear to God, I was about to kill that tractor, dude. You gonna respect the CEO in.
Is this Chuck Norris bastard?
You the problem. You the problem. You can. This shit.
That is too slow. I'm sorry. That is really slow.
This old.
Maybe it's because you guys keep crashing into cars. Hey, that's why you're going slow.
She slashed those cars on my car.
You're not moving back there. What's going on? Ah, I got killed. These cars crashing over now.
So we got tie shoes. Tie shoes. Tie shoes.
Wait, is it good? Is it good?
I don't know. Let me try to get it up there again.
Right, there it is.
Who's that? Ooh. I need. There we go. He's good.
Do I have to shoot you with my gun?
So long if he kills us, I'll blow that up. Actually, why would someone kill me? I want to kill you.
Ah, dude.
They just killed me because they wanted that $3,000.
Well, everybody wants some money.
Yeah, bro. But some people are broke there.
Like me. I'm one of them.
Okay, we go to the delivery.
I could have stole that 30,000 off him.
I got $10,000.
I earned $5,000 from that.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Lord, forget the job. I'ma end it here.